watch us wreck the mic, watch us wreck the mic, watch us wreck the mic. Psych. Hey everybody, welcome to another week of Brown and Pound. Hope you had a fantastic week, Craig. We've a lot to get into, so let's just delve right the hell
into it.
This weekend we got UFC Beijing coming up. It's a heavyweight contestant, a lot of heavyweight fights. Who
cares?
Who gives a shit, man? We have Curtis Blades taking on Francis Ngannou for the second time, of course.
Yeah.
Francis Ngannou did beat him. Was it a no contest?
No, it was Dr. Stoppage. Blades' eye completely closed up, couldn't see out. It was Dr. stopped in the second round.
Very impressive Blades over the last couple of months as well. Obviously his style isn't exactly what the heavyweight division loves, but it's very effective, very useful. And well, listen, I have Blades in this fight, Craig. Who do you have?
Yeah, I think you kind of have to go with Blades going into the fight after seeing Ngannou's last two performances. I want Ngannou to win, but I'm gonna go with Blades. But hopefully Ngannou's turning it around. You know,
now he has come out this week. He said that he's learned from his last two fights and he's 100% ready for the fight against Blades. So listen, it's a very tough fight for him. I didn't expect him to actually take the fight, but I'm really looking forward to see what happens, you know. But apart from that, a little bit of a done with Cardi. Alistair Overeem taking on
Sergey Pavlovich. This is his debut. He's undefeated, 12-0.
Yeah.
So to be honest, I wouldn't even be surprised if I don't know anything about him, but I wouldn't be surprised if Overeem got knocked out here. You know,
God help him, his chin.
He's chinny as fuck now.
It's really deteriorating. This weekend, of course, Craig, as well as UFC Beijing, we have the biggest rematch in the history. It's the third of the trilogy of the fights between Chuck Liddell and Tito Ortiz. It's taking place. Oscar De La Hoya is doing some weird shit with his press conferences. Chuck Liddell, he called him, and didn't know
any names of the other players in the cards.
And it's a real weird ass press conference. I don't understand what's going on.
He doesn't know anything about MMA. Like, what is he fucking doing? Like, stick to boxing, man.
Yeah,
and I don't know what he's doing.
Chuck Liddell said on the Ariel Helwani show, if he can't beat Tito Ortiz, he shouldn't be fighting. I mean, Chuck, you really shouldn't be fighting anyway, man. It shouldn't even be a thought.
My boy Israel Adesanya is turned down a backup spot for the Gastelum-Whittaker fight that's taking place in February, UFC 234 in Melbourne. He ain't about that shit, he says.
Fair enough, absolutely.
He ain't fucking about that,
He's
man.
not going to go and cut weight and do a whole camp just
get 50 grand for it to show.
Maybe step in and fight one of them and not really prepare for either opponent. So I 100% agree with him. He's obviously poised for big things and he wants to take his time.
He's already said he's going to be champion by this time next year. He's going to be champion and defend the belt. So, you know, he's going to take another fight, I reckon, and possibly get a title fight against Whittaker, maybe.
Absolutely.
You know?
Now, he did say that something has announced this week that you're going to be very excited about. So he said in the same quote about talking about that he's not going to take the backup spot, he said some other fight is in the works and you're going to be very excited. Craig, with that, it's time for some fight speculation. Israel Adesanya, obviously a top middleweight contender. Who do you think is the really exciting fight that he's talking about?
I think it's going to be Jacare Souza.
You think Jacare?
I think so.
I think it's going to be Yo Romero, man. Seeing as Anderson Silva doesn't want to take on Yo.
Oh, I don't want to see it, no.
I think he takes him. I think he takes Yo.
I don't know, they're my two favourite fighters, man.
Really? Yeah.
They're my guys. I don't want to see them fight. I mean, it probably will happen at some stage.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Yoel's a monster.
But so is Izzy, man. I can see.
Izzy's a monster, man, but like
Izzy's movement.
Izzy's been knocked out before.
Yeah.
Remember we saw that studio get knocked out in kickboxing?
We saw him get knocked out.
Yoel is a beast.
It's gonna be one hell of a barn burner regardless if it is Jacare, if it is Yo. Announced as well, Craig, for Bellator 214, the middleweight title. It's Gegard Mousasi's taking on Rafael Lovato Jr. It's gonna be one happening. It's gonna be one hell of a fight.
Lovato Jr. undefeated, obviously, BJJ black belt, one of the big guys over in Bellator. He's taking on Gegard Mousasi. Obviously defended the belt against Roy McDonald in September with an emphatic victory, obviously, you know, dominated him. And this should be a great fight. It's on the same card as Fedor and Bader.
Absolutely.
And also Aaron Pico's is fighting there, I forget your man's name, it's like Corrales or something, whatever. But great card that's going to be. And that's actually the same night as UFC 233 as well. So obviously we're probably going to be watching the UFC because, like, obviously Bellator, no fucking TV deal over here.
Yes, absolutely.
Get on that shit, man.
And also rumoured for UFC 233 now, as almost a confirmed co-main is going to be Mr. Henry Cejudo taking on TJ Dillashaw. It's going to be some fucking fight, alright, man. It's going to be absolutely beautiful.
Good fight now,
but speaking of that Gegard fight that he had with Rory McDonald, Rory came out this week and said he felt like he was underwater fighting Gegard during that time. He said on his way out and when he was in the octagon, he knew from the get-go that he wasn't going to win.
Wow.
Which is crazy, you know. He felt like he'd never felt that before, and he felt like he was fighting somebody.
Very interesting for a fighter to come out and say that, you know.
Especially
like,
someone of Rory McDonald's caliber.
I mean, most people are going into the fights thinking they're unbeatable. No one can beat them, and he gets into the cage and he's like, I'm going to lose.
Gegard got that big dick energy, man.
Oh yeah, he's got that monster schlong.
You know, he's going to drop that hammer on anybody who comes inside the octagon with it. So obviously, Craig, Fabricio Werdum is facing a bit of a USADA suspension at the moment. He can't compete in any MMA competitions for 2 years. But he is competing in something else. What's he going on to?
Fabricio Werdum, the former heavyweight champion, he's going to be competing at the Combat Jiu-Jitsu event taking place in February, I think it is, and he's going to be taking on the #1 ranked BJJ practitioner at 88 kg in the world, the #2 ranked pound for pound BJJ practitioner in the world, Gordon the King Ryan. That's going to be Gordon Ryan's Combat Jiu-Jitsu debut. Gordon Ryan was at the last quintet there in September, and he absolutely dominated. Sorry, October it was, and he I think he got 4 submission victories, and he was amazing. He tapped out Josh Barnett, you know. Josh Barnett's fucking huge.
Big guy.
So like, I wouldn't be surprised to see Gordon Ryan win this, and Gordon Ryan's actually training at the moment in MMA now.
Oh really?
He's actually he's made himself a goal. He's going to be an MMA champion in the next 5 years.
Oh my gosh! So, now that was something exciting.
That's huge. So we look forward to seeing him make the transition to MMA in the next few years as well.
Last weekend, Craig, it was a great weekend for Irish fighters.
Oh, great weekend!
Some fantastic fights. We had at Brave, we had Cain taking on what's his name? Deep Rays. Fantastic performance from himself. Some vicious leg kicks.
And finished him off the ground and pound.
Really sweeping him off his feet with them.
Huge win for the Irishman there.
Absolutely.
Delighted for him.
And what else happened then?
Also in Bahrain as well, we had the IMAF World Championships. And Ireland sent over 11 competitors and had an amazing medal haul, the second best medal haul over there. 3 gold medals, 2 silver medals and 3 bronze medals. Obviously J.R. Harris, Roy Spillane and Lee Hammond getting the goals for Ireland, and it was absolutely amazing. Like such a shame, like the likes of Shane Ross still doesn't recognise the sport,
absolutely.
you know.
Absolutely atrocious. Like when you see how much we're actually achieving compared to other sports, like a dud of a fucking football match we've been watching there, Denmark taking on Ireland
absolutely dreadful.
And yet Roy Keane makes the news, and Martin O'Neill for stepping down from their jobs.
Joke, man. Like, if this sport is made legit and it's fucking brought into the Olympics, this could be one of our best sports for getting medals in, like the way boxing is normally for us. You know, the MMA could be the one for us in the Olympics.
They'll be eating their words. Joe Brolly can go and piss off down the shops.
Little bitch.
And Joe Brolly can go and talk to my mum about it.
I'm gonna slap him.
And Joe Brolly can go and fuck off.
He's a fucking gee bag.
And Joe Brolly can fucking fuck off. Also, Craig, we just have to give a quick mention to some very sad news which came out this week. Obviously, Rachael Ostovich's fight with Paige Van Zandt is off due to an attack that happened last weekend. Rachel's husband, Arnold Bourdon is his name, he's an MMA fighter himself. He attacked her over the weekend, attacked her so bad he broke her orbital bone, and she's now been pulled from the fight. She's got a temporary restraining order from Arnold, and also he's been arrested on account of attempted murder at the moment. And he's under questioning. Yeah, an absolute scumbag. We won't get too heavy into it, we won't even give him the publicity that much. But if you want to check out a video of him getting knocked the fuck out, you can head over to our Instagram at Ground and Pound Show. We have it up there, and it is one joyous 13 seconds of footage, so do make sure you check that out. And our wishes go out to Rachel. We hope you're doing well. Speedy recovery, and hopefully we see you back in the octagon soon. So Craig, massive news this week, okay? Stipe Miocic, he's kind of doing a bit of a Stan Eminem style job on DC. He wrote you, but he still ain't calling, you know. He's trying to get DC's attention. He says, at DC MMA I was available at MSG, I'm available now. When are we fighting? I will finish you. Which, I mean, Stipe, I love you to bits, but you did get finished in the first round.
Knock the fuck out!
Yeah, you did get knocked the fuck out. But in reply, Daniel Cormier has got the world absolutely buzzing. He says, keep those fingers crossed that Lesnar doesn't fight. And bear in mind, Daniel is very bad at typing, so it's hard to explain what he's trying to say here. Because if we do fight, you definitely won't like what's coming your way. I definitely wouldn't want to be you in either fight. I'd rather fight me. Which basically is trying to say, yeah, Stipe, you would rather fight me if Lesnar pulls out, because the opponent that you're going to be facing on that same night is going to be someone that you definitely don't want to fight. So we believe it's going to be Cain Velazquez, possibly on the same card, probably the co-main event. They'll be doing their camp together. As we said, Javier Mendez has come out and said that Cain is 100% ready to return to the octagon, and I can see that taking place in March on that same fight card, and that would just be unbelievable. Stipe versus Cain.
That gets me so
DC v Lesnar.
Give me that fight.
Absolutely.
Give me Cain back. Get him back.
But Lesnar's looking juicy as hell, man. I'm afraid he's going to pop, because he came back last week at a WWE WWE show, Survivor Series. He was taking on Daniel Bryan, and he was looking twice the size he looked a couple of months ago.
Couldn't be that stupid, could he? Go back on the juice after going off it.
100%, man. And that's it for another week of Ground and Pound Show. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back next week. And listen, thank you so much for getting us to 200 followers on Instagram at Ground and Pound Show. We're going to be doing something very special for you on Instagram over the next few days. We just haven't figured out what we're going to do just yet. No. Make sure to follow Gareth_Sweeney, at Donald Sean Carey, at O'Hara Graham. Follow us on Twitter, whatever. We love you to bits. We'll chat to you next week. Have a great one. I want to get naked, naked.